What's up, YouTube? That's right, today we're going to be talking about the top 10 upgrades that you need to do when you buy a 5th gen Cummins. So let's jump into it. Let's see what I'm talking about. What's the most important for your investment? Fixing to break it down to you guys, and we're going to dive right into it. So let's check it out. So if you're a follower, we just want to let you guys know we do have a membership that is available. That's going to give you first videos that ever come out. When the new store opens up, you're going to have discounts. You're also going to be able to chime in on some of the upgrades that I'll be able to do. Sway me to get a upgrade done on my truck that was in your idea. This helped me to continue to make videos for you guys, to help you guys out. Talk about number one of this truck. If you haven't seen any of my videos, this is going to be the breakdown of everything that I've done to my 5th gen Cummins that's going to help it run better, that help it's going to last longer. First and foremost, the nice thing about having a tuner like this is it's a switch on the fly. So you can always go in, you can change the parameters of where you want your performance to be. You can also watch all the important things that you want to see that you don't get whenever you see your dash. This is going to give you that really extra performance. It's also going to help your truck run a little bit better as well. Alright, so that's number one. So number two is going to be your exhaust. You want to go ahead and open that thing up. Get the biggest exhaust that you can find. I'm just kidding. Some guys like the 4-inch, some guys like the 5-inch. I've got a 5-inch right there. It is pointed down. That's for another discussion on another day. But that's going to be number two. Get you an exhaust right after you get the tuner. That's the most important thing. Go ahead and hear this kitten purr a little bit. Flow Pro has been around for a long time. You definitely want to go with somebody that's going to be and has been in the business for a while and knows what they're doing. This is going to be the best bang for your buck if you guys can find you a Flow Pro exhaust for your 5th gen. Next, we're going to be talking about is the Fass lift pump. You don't have to go with a Fass. I prefer the Fass. Some people prefer the Air Dog. You want to go ahead and get this and get rid of all that other chaos that you have to worry about down the road. It's an easy change out. Takes you only about a couple minutes to do it, and then you're on your way. You don't have to go all the way through the middle of the truck and change that one in between the drive shaft. So that's definitely a help. And your diesel is always going to be clean going into the engine. So it's going to get rid of any elements that don't need to be in that engine. Any water, any debris, anything like that. It's going to clean it out. So number four, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of hard, stuck in there a little bit. That's going to be your front filter delete by Fleece. Fleece makes a really good product. Eliminates that front filter. That way you don't have to worry about changing it, because we already got the 2 in the back with the Fass system. And it's also, you don't have to worry about it down the road as well. It cleans it up, gets it out of the way. So definitely want to get that done as soon as you do your Fass system. Really helps it and makes it a lot easier to maintain down the road. Number 5 is going to be the EGR Delete. We got to get rid of that EGR because we already know what the problems can happen down the road. We want to get that exhaust gas temperature out of the engine. We don't want to be recirculating all that soot and that buildup in there and just cause contamination down the road and make our engine harder to run. So we definitely want to get rid of that EGT. It's a quick, simple fix. Now you can get these kits from Speed Lab, from Sinister. There's a lot of companies that make them. Just make sure you get something that has a good reputable business and it's not going to have any problems down the road. Number 6 that we recently done, it's the most important, one of the most important things, is we're going to go ahead and do a heater grid delete. This is by Pusher. Makes a really good billet product. This is going to be a very simple fix. It does take a little bit of time, but eliminates that heater grid so you don't have any problems down the road. Now if you live up north, then this is something that you want to make sure that when you do this heater grid delete that you can relocate it into your intake horn. Now on this one, this does not have it. When you live in the South, you don't have to really worry about that too much. We know the benefits of the heater grid delete. Not only does it eliminate the heater grid, but it also eliminates the catastrophic failure that you can have with that nut falling off in cylinder 6 and cause major problems down the road, which was a minor error by Cummins, I would say. You just got to get that problem fixed. Another benefit of that is also it gives you more flow out of the engine and reduces your temperatures overall. Number 7 is going to be our intake horn. Now this is a pusher intake horn. It does have a nice flow to it. It does have a bigger outlet at 3.5 instead of your factory size at 3-inch. There's not too many of them for these trucks. You will not find one that says it fits, except if it was a Banks. I did find the magic. I found what works, and what we have here is we have a pusher intake with a Banks fuel line, and that is the way you can go. Now you can modify your factory fuel line and make this intake work as well. Some people do that and have had a lot of luck from it. Number 8 is going to be your Rev Max valve body. Now a lot of you guys know, if you guys are running a tuner, that the valve bodies are detuned. They did upgrade the valve body, but your line pressure only goes out to about 170. When you go a Rev Max, you can go all the way out to 300, 350. Some guys are only running at 250. And that's one of the most important things that you can do for this transmission. Keeps it from having any fallout, dropping on its face, and also just opens it up so there's no resistance. The one thing about that is, you know, you want to make sure that your truck's running good all the time. So that's going to be number 8. Going into number 9, we're going to be talking about this deep dish trans pan. The deep dish trans pan is going to give you that benefit, so it runs cooler because you got more fluid in there. So it's going to help that fluid be able to clear out of the system a lot easier than sitting in there in that pan and recycling it so fast. So when you have more fluid that sits in the bottom, it helps it recycle. And you also get a drain plug. It's a lot easier than having to drop the pan and then have a big old splatter. So that's one thing. Not sure why nobody wants to do that when they build these, but that's one of the things that's most important. Number 10 is going to be your Rev Max. This is going to be your Rev Max bypass, thermal bypass. That's also going to help keep your temperatures down on your transmission. No resistance there from the flow on the coolers. So that's going to keep that transmission, just another extra step of keeping that transmission a lot cooler. There's one thing that I know some of you guys might be saying, oh, well, he didn't talk about the tires. He didn't talk about the wheels. He didn't talk about the leveling kit. He didn't talk about the bumpers. All that to me is cosmetic, guys. These are the most important upgrades that you need to do when you buy your 5th gen Cummins. Even a 4th gen Cummins, you want to make sure you do that investment and make sure that you have this truck in for the long haul. So that's it, guys. We just talked about the 10 most important upgrades that you can do when you buy a Cummins. This is going to give you the longevity of the truck. This is going to take out all the resistance of the power of the truck. This is also going to make this truck a lot smoother going down the road. It's going to be better for your vehicle. Going to give you a lot more fuel economy. It's going to make this truck do what it's supposed to be doing without all the extra junk that's been put on there. So if you guys been watching this video since the end, I do appreciate it. If you haven't already, hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you haven't seen the videos that I've done on some of these upgrades, go back and watch them. I do appreciate everybody, and keep on watching. We'll see you on the next one.